So I guess you already seen the title of the video, and yes, that is correct. Today's video is going to be about how to make your own custom trampoline, and this is my custom trampoline, and today I'm going to just talk about a few things what makes a good trampoline and what, in my opinion, is what a good trampoline is. Trampoline has been almost everything I want, and after I made that trampoline, I've been able to accomplish so many good tricks, and I also accomplished to be very good at trampoline. I know it sounds a really big ego for me to say that, but I can be proud of myself. I've done a lot of good stuff, and I also want to continue to do a lot of good stuff. Still healing my neck, and yeah, this trampoline has done and been everything I wanted to do, and make me be able to do so many insane stuff, and it's been able to give me an incredible height and be able to do so many insane stuff. This trampoline was definitely everything I wanted it to be. I was so afraid that all the parts that I imported to my trampoline, and when I set it up, that the trampoline was just gonna be horrible, and I was lucky enough to actually make the trampoline really bouncy and everything I wanted, so that was so good for me. I've been making so much hard work to make this trampoline to be as good as possible, and I finally did it, and this trampoline has been incredible for 2 years. The quality hasn't been any worse. The quality of this trampoline, I made it the best as I almost can, and this trampoline is so incredible good. So one of the first questions that probably most people are asking me about the trampoline is, was the trampoline very expensive, and why didn't you just buy another trampoline that was almost as good or even bouncier? The reason why I made my custom trampoline is because of one really big reason, and that reason is I tried to make a trampoline that fit me perfectly, everything I wanted from my trampoline. And the first thing I wanted my trampoline was the trampoline to be really bouncy. So the first thing, the springs. These are the springs that came with my trampoline, and then you probably look at the springs, and then the first thing you probably see, yes, the spring it has pretty good length, the springs are gold, and that, yeah, the springs have to be really good. Well, are they good? Absolutely not. The springs were terrible, they were really bad. They make the bounce way too hard on the trampoline, so when we double bounce, it really hurts landing on your back, on your stomach, and when you go double bounce from your feet, you could go any direction you didn't want. So that's the reason why we changed out the spring, and they also were horribly, and they were just so bad. So that's the first reason why I changed out, and I looked up on the internet some good trampoline springs. These are the replacement springs from my trampoline. As you can see, they are a little bit shorter, but the same thing, they are a little bit thicker, and also these are way better quality. And you're probably asking, but why are they better quality? When you're jumping on a trampoline with these springs, they almost don't stretch anything. These springs, they stretch really much better. So these are a little bit softer, but at the same time, when you double bounce with these springs, you get really high. But the thing that these are worse at than this spring, these are a little bit harder, so they are probably a little bit better for no double bounce trick. But at the same time, these are also really good, but not as good, I would say. And because of that, we changed all the springs on the trampoline into these springs. So as you can see here, all the springs on my trampoline are these new springs. A really good trampoline for me is the trampoline to be really big, or to have really much work area on the trampoline. So the trampoline is really big, it's 5 meters in diameter. That's really big. And yeah, the trampoline is the dream size for me. And someone probably saying, if you could change this to a rectangle, would you change? Absolutely not. This trampoline is so huge, and it's so much work area, and it doesn't feel, and that's also one of the reasons why it's that scary without a net. So many people come to me and say, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do any tricks because it's not a net on a trampoline. And I suddenly go up on the trampoline, and well, it was way bigger than I thought, and I actually wasn't scared at all for doing tricks on the trampoline. And that was the thing at a lot of people at my meetup. This trampoline is 5 meters, and if I can give you a better look, this trampoline is really huge. The third thing is of course the frame pad. Frame pad, it removes so much of the bounce, and it makes the trampoline so heavy to jump at. So the thing we did, probably not the best idea, but it turned out to work really well for me and my friends, and it was definitely the best solution. I really don't recommend doing this, but it was definitely the perfect or most right thing for me to do. I don't recommend for you to do this, but this is what we did. So this is also one of the things that a lot of people may ask me, and where do you buy that 3-piece kind of frame pad thingy when you just have those small frame pads that doesn't cover the whole trampoline? Well, basically that's not a thing. This was a whole frame pad when we bought it. People are asking me, how can you buy a frame pad which is just like this? Well, basically, as you can see, we cut the frame pad with a scissor. So as you can see, this thing can just fall out any minute. So yeah, that's kind of the bad thing about that. But as you can see, The rest of the trampoline is with springs, and the rest by that it gives some really good upsides, and also at the same time some really big consequences. So the two best upsides about this is that when you don't have frame pad on most of the trampoline gets way bouncier, because the frame pad, when you jump, it goes like this. It slams down on the springs and it takes so much more bounce, and I was like, this trampoline can be so much bouncier if you don't have frame pad. But the thing is, if you don't have any frame pad, the safety will just go straight to hell. And sorry for me saying that, but yeah, we do every tricks from there and back there, so all the tricks are gonna be from that part. And it has happened just one time that we had missed this part and go forward, and here's the clip at me trying full in. Oh. So as you can see, that's one of the consequences about not having frame pad on all of the trampoline. Fail, fly anyway, and land on the frame or the springs. It really helps to have this part here. And I didn't have this when I tried that trick, and it turned out to not go well at all. I really hurt my side, and it was a really stupid thing to do. But at the same time, I'm still not gonna have any frame pad, because that happened one time in like 3 or 4 years. And that is one of the first times I ever lost my control in like a big trick. And here we have the rest of the frame pad. It's on the ground, and as you can see, it's cut up here, still with scissors. And here's the rest of the frame pad. This used to be one big frame pad all around the trampoline, but as I said, I didn't want to have a whole frame pad, so I decided I didn't want to have that, so we cut up with scissors. We did that in 2000, and I think it was in 2016 at the start of the summer, when we decided, you know what, we don't want to fold the frame pad over all the time, or just make it half, or just none, or a one big frame pad. We want to have some pieces on the tramp, so that's the thing we did. We cut up the frame pad into pieces. We have one with 3 pieces, we have one with 2 pieces, and we have one frame pad which covered half of the trampoline. So that turned out to be the best solution for me and my friends, and yeah, we have not regretted it at all. And when we did it, we were really concerned that we were gonna regret it the moment we did it, but we haven't regretted it ever since we did it. And then we are at the end of the video, and then we have the big question that almost every people are asking me: is it worth to actually make the trampoline like this? And I can say my answer to 2 kind of people in this situation. If you want your trampoline to be as at the best as you want, and trampoline to be exactly as you want, from the bounce, the size of the trampoline, and as much frame pad as you want, I really recommend doing this, because you get the tramp almost as you want. The only thing I could wish was the trampoline to be better, no double bounce, but because of the big size, it cannot be better at that. So yeah, I absolutely recommend it for the people who want the best as possible to your tramp to be as best as possible. For those people who are just jumping on the trampoline and say, yeah, the trampoline is just good enough as it was, I don't recommend it to doing this, because it takes a lot of work, and it also costs a lot of money, because first of all, I had to buy one whole trampoline, I have to buy new springs, I have to buy a new mat, and I also have to buy some new parts because something breaks. But the thing there, this is also the thing. But these new springs on the trampoline, none of them are broken, as you can see, and these springs are almost 2 years old, and as you can see, all the springs, they are insanely good quality, and none of them are broken. And I've answered this also a lot of times: no, they're not Euro springs, they're just really good quality, and I really recommend buying better springs for your trampoline if you want like a really good trampoline, instead of buying a whole new trampoline. So for all the people who want the best trampoline as possible, and also have the money enough to buy and make the trampoline even bouncier, of course I recommend doing this. If you don't have that much money and your trampoline is already good enough, I don't recommend doing it. Save off your money to something else and just spend them at anything you want. So yeah, after I made the trampoline, has been almost everything I want, and after I made that trampoline, I'll be able to accomplish so many good tricks, and I also accomplished to be very good at trampoline. I know it sounds like a really big ego for me to say that, but I can be proud of myself. I've done a lot of good stuff, and I also want to continue to do a lot of good stuff. Still healing my neck, and yeah, this trampoline has done and been everything I wanted to do, and make me be able to do so many insane stuff, and it's be able to give me an incredible height and be able to do so many insane stuff. So this trampoline was definitely everything I wanted it to be. I was so afraid that all the parts that I imported to my trampoline, and when I set it up, that the trampoline was just gonna be horrible, and I was lucky enough to actually make the trampoline really bouncy and everything I wanted, so that was so good for me. I've been making so much hard work to make this trampoline to be as good as possible, and I finally did it, and this trampoline has been incredible for 2 years. The quality hasn't been any worse, so the quality of this trampoline, I made it the best as I almost can, and this trampoline is so incredible good. But the thing you have to look at before if you're gonna do the thing I did right now and make your own custom trampoline, you have to make sure that the springs are the same length as your previous springs, or they are a little bit shorter if you want even better bounce. That's the thing I did. The new springs I imported, they were a little bit shorter than the last ones, so the trampoline was gonna be almost the same hardness as the last one, but the springs were just soft as they were, so the trampoline was just, it's still softer than it were before the other springs, but it was like soft and harder in the other way that was like way bouncier. So that's the thing I wanted, the trampolines to be hard and soft at the same time. I know that sounds almost impossible, but I made it, and I'm so happy that I could make that. And if you still have any questions, just leave a comment down below, and I will try to answer as many as possible. And I hope this video was helpful for you. I hope you understand what I meant about what is a good trampoline, what my opinion is a good trampoline. Good springs, a size that fits you, make the frame pad as you want, and try to have the best quality as possible, and make the trampoline fit you as best as possible. I made it happen for me. I have almost the perfect trampoline for me, and I really love my trampoline. And the day I'm gonna sell a trampoline, if I'm gonna do that, that's gonna be really sad for me, because that trampoline, I have so many good memories with it, and it honestly means a lot to me. For some people, trampoline is just a trampoline, but for me, the trampoline is my trampoline is just way more. It means a lot to me, and yeah, that trampoline has so many good memories with it. But yeah, I hope all you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much stuck to the end. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out. What the? What the f?